Hi, got another camera here to show you, a really vintage one this time, which is the Kodak Vest pocket camera. Now this is from circa around about 1915, and apparently they were one of the most popular cameras ever produced. Now during the First World War, quite a few of the troops actually took these with them to the front lines, because obviously they were easily put in a tunic pocket, etc., and because they were simple to use, obviously they were an ideal sort of tool. I've actually seen some photographs from that sort of period. If you go on the internet, you'll obviously find some stuff there, and the results are remarkably sharp and clear from such a simple camera. Now it's a bellows camera, which you just, the two grips there on either side, just pull it out and there it is. It's a simple bellows attachment. There's a viewfinder here which you can alter for portrait, and if you twiddle it round then you've got the landscape mode on there. Now if you see one of these cameras, it's very easy to assume that it's actually broken and that the lens is missing, which I must confess, when I first saw this, that was my first reaction to it. But in actual fact, they did make various models, but this particular model, and I can't really get any closer because my focusing is not that sort of good, unfortunately, but the lens is actually behind the aperture diaphragm. So when you look at it, you assume that maybe the glass lens should sit in this recess, and maybe it's fallen out and the camera's damaged. But in actual fact, that's how it's made. The lens is actually behind. Now they did make other models where the lens is a conventional lens which sits in front of the diaphragm, etc. So, but this particular one, as I say, it's behind, and it's easy to think that you look at it and you think, oh, it's damaged, the lens has fallen out, so it's no good. The settings on here, basically the shutter speeds are at the top here. You've got a 25th of a second bulb setting and a 50th on there, very simple. And again down here for the aperture settings, it's quite good. It's like a menu down here. You've got average view, near view, distant view, and you just turn that, and you probably can't see, unfortunately, because, as I say, the focusing on my camera, but as you turn that, you can see the aperture actually opens and closes. So that's how you do that. And the simple shutter button is this little silver dial there, button there. Press that, and that's how you fire it. Now to load the film, there's a open and lock button on the bottom. Just click that. Oops. And there it is, the bottom comes off, and there's the spool that you load the winder film onto, and you put a roll of 127 film in here, thread it along here, a bit similar to the early Leicas, where you fed the film through a sort of a section at the back here onto the take-up spool, and then you then wind it on using this little lever here. Just plonk that back on there, lock that across, and that's locked on. Really ingenious device on the back here is this little, like a pen, steel pen. And what you could do is when the film's in there, you'd obviously get a section of the film across here, and with this tiny pen you can actually scratch in to the film the scene that you're taking, to give you, obviously, for when you get films back, if you forget what they are, then you've got a record of it, which for the time when this camera was made, 1915, really it's quite an ingenious little device, really. Obviously you've got the red darkened window there to see your film advance through. numbers of film you're using, and that's pretty much it really. It's such a simple camera, but with a hell of a lot of history. This apparently, or the pocket camera, also is the model camera that George Mallory and Irving took with them on their epic climb to Everest in 1924. Now, Mallory's body was actually found on Everest in 1999, and unfortunately the camera was not with him. So it's thought now that possibly Irving, his climbing partner, may have had the camera. And of course there's speculation that did Irving and Mallory actually reach the summit before Hillary did later on, and if they did, then did they take a photograph with the vest pocket camera, which could prove in actual fact that they were the first ones to summit Everest. We don't know until Irving's body is found, and hopefully the camera with him. But as I say, you know, these cameras got a lot of history, and given that, as I say, some of them, a lot of them were taken to the trenches, etc. First World War. Obviously the sights that these things must have seen and recorded was unbelievable. But there you go. They're a good piece of photographic history. There's also a little stand here, by the way. You can take it out and stand it on the, oh, if you can see that here, to take a picture. So, which a lot of these bellows cameras had. But I mean, really, just, you know, if you collect cameras and are interested in photography in general, like I am, I mean, it's a great little camera just to keep having a collection, and you know, just kind of enjoy it for the history that's attached to it. That's about it really. Hope this has been of help to someone, anybody, and hopefully when I get anything else I'll post it on the YouTube to share with you. Thanks for watching.